Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castris while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of the... Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends. Every departed soul who has arrived here has expressed the same. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos themselves. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal, but in the first rain, and it is my duty as the master of death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven, similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world. These flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied form. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Emporius to wait for when the... Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open in exchange. Please, take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey. Do not let... Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination, please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save. I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
I believe in you.
Just forget about all the hardships of the mortal realm. Please, I beg you, look back for me.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow!
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Partner, we shall become heroes together.
this is proof that you once lived. Your soul, your memories, the years you've journeyed through, and the path. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you. Over here, friend! Take my hand. Let's go home.
At last, I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole, as if some kind of force is trying. Is it Ornyx's final blessing? Or is it a... It's truly... incredible. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. It seems that this is the riddle which cannot be solved anytime soon. The sensation of becoming a demigod is truly wondrous. It's as if the river of souls is winding its way. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living, I promised you that I would do everything in my power to give it another meaning. I can finally end it in a way that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp, is now within reach. In this brand new world, every blooming life will lift its arms in celebration and recount every touch, every embrace we share. They will radiate with an intense warmth. The other shore is very cold. May I borrow your warmth one last time? Thank you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn the nether realm into a gentle place of rest. This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived. Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth. And you, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had...
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years. Only he is capable.
So, this is our last chance. May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
Please do.
That's... impossible.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing. Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey. I must.
I've long predicted this was the case, but I didn't think. How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings, but casting aside our ideological differences, there is one.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to be a hero. He understands the hearts of the people, and I can confidently say he is a... Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimate...
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground at the vet.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Glaya, we're back. Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
I'm glad. But I don't see Castris.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
I agree.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinan, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well. You are the only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past. From daylight they came, and there was one who joined hands with the Titan. A traveler risen from the dead, and reborn among mortal kind. He is the everlasting night. O majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
A constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look! It's...
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
What did she say?
That's the language of the Titans. Castorus... No. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death.
Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal. Do not forget.
She made quite a scene.
I won't stop you.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akuma's divine...
You never change, do you, Professor? I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past.
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget who I am, it goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides,
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly. Even if it were true, things reforged from memory could never be the same as the original anyway.
then allow me to tell you right now that what exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos. So, what are we when it comes to the very essence of the world? Our souls, our tiny
Is that what New Spore is?
Correct. Once our physical bodies are born, we become new extensions of the world. For just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be this. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the...
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
Farewell, great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied, Honorable Titan?
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness. Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity.
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased. Oh, Circes. Is that all?
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity. But I do.
I knew. What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of... If that is the case, whose memories did the very first New Spore sprout from?
How should I know? But, since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to invest.
Rejoice, Circes. I sow the seeds of suspicion. the new world with your soul!
And now, the objective is complete. That is all.
Thankfully, she's still alive. Was March 7th also in this condition when she was... But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that I do not have conclusive evidence, but perhaps March 7th's memories have been... Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different concept from the inability to remember. Perhaps it is difficult, but an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness. The belief of the Garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memory. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to... Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical... Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me? In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the Garden with extremist views, it is a perfect... A world that can only be seen through the Garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If though they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form. I chose to remain quiet before because I did not want to involve you. You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I am talking... I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing so. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th. But the deal that I propose still remains of Miss Himiko. The wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating. Let me take back a part of... Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like It's fully... Their gaze has just swept.
Oh, how interesting. I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually... What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady seems to be having fun.
It's, hard to explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear...
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they... Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo. Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also... I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms.
It seems like Miss Black...
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I...
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herta mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner of the But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications.
I see. You do seem like the more...
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates, then sit back and enjoy the show. All right, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work. First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of this.
As you command, the preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the astral this time.
Oh, okay, I won't be...
Third mirror, you're in charge.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herta. What kind of a...
Good question. Let me think. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max. Excellent. First...
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
May your journey yield good results.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination, spatial warp countdown. 5, warp activated.
Oh! So that's second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me...
All right, please read the safety...
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent. I should have asked this. What a magnet. Let's see. Perhaps... Oh, I finally found your... How esteemed must you be for the great Herta to come out personally? What's this? How creepy. Oh, it moves? Who are you trying to scare? What's this? A statue? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of.
My deepest apologies, esteemed lady.
Who's there?
Your visit, although not part of my calculations, is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet...
Are you not going to answer my question?
I have many identities, and I'm going to have Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name.
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of...
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human, but my answer remains unchanged. Madam?
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered, and that I insist on uncovering the secrets. How do you plan to dispel this
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,200. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require...
Oh? I'm all...
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to forth just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition.
Oh. No wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to...
I assume that you still wish to hear.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to...
What a brazen robot. You think that you can actually But since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these...
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius, the destruction. So you will break the shackles of the Lord Ravager.